Yay. All right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Oh, go this way a little bit. Go the wrong direction. All right, good evening. This is Tara with Rosie, thanks for joining. This is Tara with Tarabeth Stamps. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Mid-Missouri. If you're on tonight, please give me a shout out. Let me know that you're watching. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hey, Sue, thanks for joining, or Susan, thanks for joining. Tonight we're going to do another fun fold. So this is using the Mary and Bold set. Hey Karen, thanks for joining. So this is the Mary and Bold set. So this is more of a non-traditional suite. It's got a lot of bright fun colors in it, and I love it for that reason. So this is going to be, oh, my videos says it's not going, but I'm going to refresh because I know that it probably is. And I'm just going to keep talking. Yep, here we go. Okay, there we go. So this is a standing Z fold. So I'll kind of show you what it looks like from the top. This is what it's going to look like when it's sitting. So a lot like, hey Mary, thanks for joining. So it's a lot like the double easel card, but it's not a double easel. It's very close. But at Christmas time, I love to do these cards. I call them mantle cards. So these are the ones that you're going to send to someone special where you know that they're going to display it for at least the Christmas holiday, maybe a lot longer. So let's get started. We're first going to do a little stamping. So we're using Poppy Parade and we're using Shaded Spruce. So I have some strips of basic white. All these dimensions will be on my blog tomorrow, but this is, I think it's a 1/2 inch and the other one's 3/4 inch. Yeah, that's what we've got. So first we're going to take these bold sentiments from the Merry and Bright collection that are super fun. You don't need dies for these. These are great for that first time stamper or a seasoned stamper at that. To just do these, and then all you have to do is just do a little quick clip. So you can see there. Now I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm just going to give it a little snip. So there's the first one. I'll set this to the side and then we're going to ink up Christmas. All right. So the weather here in Missouri, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but I got yelled out this weekend. This is definitely fall. It is freezing. I'm wearing my sweatpants. Make sure we got a good, nice, clean image, and we do. Hey, Denise, thanks for joining. Hey, Karen, thanks for joining. Susan. Got lots on tonight. So any of you that are in Mid-Missouri, I'm sure you felt it as well. Freezing cold, not my cup of tea. I'm ready for spring. I wanted to make spring cards all day, all weekend long. I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, Mary, it's cold in Georgia too. Really? I bet it's colder here. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not. All right, we're going to ink up this Holly Jolly sentiment on this 3/4 inch strip of basic white and stamp it with Poppy Parade. So see, this is really not one of them that you're going to need any die cuts. Susie, or Rosie, I guarantee it's cold where you're at. All right, and just a quick snip. So that's all we're going to do for sentiment wise. Next, we are going to take out a piece of basic white and we're going to stamp it one time with Shaded Spruce and then one time with Poppy Parade. So this is a pretty solid stamp. So you'll notice I'm running along my ink pad really good because I want to make sure I get a good image. So I'm going to pull it down just a little bit and just give it that good, perfect. All right, I'm going to give it a quick clean. Mary, we keep our house closed up all winter and all summer long either. I would love to keep my windows open. I love to sleep when it's nice and cool outside, with the windows open. The problem is our allergies have gotten so bad as we've gotten older that I can't take it and my husband can't take it. All right, we're inking this one up in Poppy Parade. So we go from air conditioner to heater around here. So yeah, you can hear me sniffling now. My husband went fishing and I made him take a nice long shower because I don't want to take any chances of getting any of that pollen anywhere near me. All right, I'm going to take out my little mini cut and emboss machine and I'm going to show you how to line these up. All right, so the dies that come with this set are kind of odd because it's cuts the bulb, but it cuts a little extra white right there. And the reason that it does that is because it wants you to be able to attach that loop that you get to give it that full vintage feel. So I'm just going to line this up. Actually, we'll just line up one because I've got the red one made. So we can just use that one. All right, now what I do on my cut and emboss is I make sure that I'm holding that top layer down and then I don't have to tape it or anything. All right, we'll set that aside. We'll just do one because I don't want the table all shaking and acting contrary. So there's one that's already done. Okay, so this is all we need as far as stamping. Oh, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment that goes on the inside. I think it's this piece because we're going to do something a little bit different with that. So this greeting came from Berry Cute. Christmas is better together. I love this font, but I love this sentiment as well. Christmas is so important for family, and I love that sentiment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my Regal Stampin' Right markers. And then I'm going to pull the Shaded Spruce out. And then I'm going to pull out the Brights collection because that's where my Poppy Parade is. So on my Stamp Right markers, I normally just keep these in their original containers. That way I know where I'm going. All right, let's see. Where's the original card? Which one did I do? All right. So I'm going to take my Poppy Parade and I'm just going to give it a color. So this is just another way that you can ink up your stamps and give it just a little bit of a different flair. So it works really well with the photopolymers, I think. So I'm just kind of coloring. So is the ink going to dry? Heck yeah, the ink's going to dry, but we're going to show you how to fix that. And if you use the brush tip, you can just roll right across these photopolymer stamps and add your ink. This way you can get some of that two-tone coloring that used to be so fun with the Stamparatus that we don't have anymore. So we're pulling out old techniques here. This one has been around for a good long time. And I'll be honest, it's not one that I've used a lot. All right, now I'm going to carefully go back over this red for Poppy Parade. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little huff before I stamp. So that kind of activates that ink again, keeps it from drying up. There we go. So it's not perfect, but I like it. All right, so here's all of our ink stamped up items. Well, let's go ahead. I've got a little top that we can go ahead and glue on here. So I'm just going to use a little bit of liquid adhesive and my tweezers just to make sure I place it right where I want it. All right. So there's no free shipping this week that I know of, but we still have our joining special right now. So the joining special is pretty awesome. You want to definitely, if you're not a Stampin' Up demonstrator and you just like coupons, now is the time to join. Give me a shout out. I'm more than happy to go over it. All right, I'm bringing out one of my all-time favorite devices here. You know it. You've seen me use it 1,000 times. This is the Simply Score tool. This would be the #1 thing I would put in my starter basket, my starter kit, because you got to have one of these. All right, that's not the Stampin' Right. Here we go. All right, so this is a basic Granny Apple green card base, measuring 4 1/4 by 11, and I am going to score it at 5 1/2. All right. As you see in the comments, Rosie's telling you to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you don't. All right, so here is a piece of 2 7/8 by 8 1/2, and we're going to score it at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. So the reason that I like this guy is because you get these really nice deep embossings. I don't know if you guys can see how deep that is, but it makes it really great when you're doing these fun folds because you get nice creases. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold this one in half, and I'm going to burnish it, and then I'm going to fold it back. So this is our Z that we're using. Now we're going to score. Oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to score this one more than one place. That's why I was all confused. Okay, so let's get back to this. So this is scored at 5 1/2, but we're also going to score at 2 3/4. So right here. All right, 2 3/4, 5 1/2. I knew that wasn't looking right. All right, so we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to fold this one in half. Make sure it's nice and lined up. And then we're going to burnish. Ooh, I picked that up off the floor and look at all the dog hair. Yikes, I need to vacuum in here. All right, here we go. So this is our card base. I've got a piece of shaded spruce and another fun piece from that Merry and Bright DSP collection that I love. So I love the Granny Apple Green with the Poppy Parade. We've got a new thing of seal tonight, so this should last the whole thing. All right. Just making sure that I'm getting a nice even edge on there. So you've got that little peekaboo coming out. And then we're going to adhere it to the card base on the back portion. So we'll decide which one we like better. I kind of like the green, the different tone green trees one. But I do love this green right here. All right, so there's your card base. Ooh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't cut a bottom. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let's see here. So that's going to be 2 3/4. So that's going to be 2 5/8 by 4 1/4. And then let's see if we can find some of that fa la 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 paper. That one's too narrow. All right, looks like this is the one that's gonna win. How big is that? Yep, that's too narrow. That's all right. We'll do it on the fly. So 2 3/4, so that made it 2 1/2. Man, I'm really glad that I was good at fractions when I was a kid, because, man, that comes in handy when you're crafting. Who knew? Who knew that we would need all that math all those years ago? I certainly didn't. All right. Is that going to work? That'll be okay. I think the Fa La La would be better, but I'm ordering a pack of that paper because I'm out, because I love it so much. All right, just matting that up, getting it ready for the front, card front. And here we go. So this is what you're looking at with a basic double easel. You would have the card flat by that, but this is just your standard Z-fold card, but we're flipping it up so that it'll be stand up. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're going to set up your Z-fold like that. So as you adhere it, it's gonna stop, and that's gonna be what holds that back side up when you put it up on that mantle. All right, I dry embossed a piece of Christmas tidings in Granny Apple Green. This is a really fun, cute little folder if you don't have it. It'll make fun cards for kids, and it goes really good with the Sending Cheer stamp set, which I'm using later on this week. So the original one I did with the deckled rectangles, but this time I just added it to the edge because I thought that was good enough. All right, now we'll adhere our inside sentiment to the top portion. We're gonna set it so that it has a nice clean edge on each side. And now we're gonna grab some tear tape. So I use tear tape on most of my fun folds. Anything that's gonna be open and shut several times, I'm gonna use it just because it does have a little bit more strength than the Stampin' Seal. And so you might ask, why don't you use Stampin' Seal Plus? I certainly could. The problem is I would end up using it all the time, and I don't want to do that. All right. Here we go. So I use the end of my Take Your Pick tool to peel that backing off. All right. Throw those away, get them out of the way. And now we're going to be careful and line this up. So you'll see that the sticky stuff back here is on the top and the bottom, but not in the middle, because we want it to be able to open up. Make sure we get it nice and clean on each side. And there's your mechanism. How cute is that? All right, now let's take some Stampin' Dimensionals and add our Holly Jolly on here. Now I want to make sure that I do it high enough that I can get my light bulbs down here. All right, now I'm going to take a cut a strip of the silver twine from the gold and silver trim combo set. So this is an online exclusive. It is beautiful and I use it a lot. It's one of those that I think that you need to have for sure. Okay, so this is really weird how I did this. All right, I'm going to take a glue dot and I'm going to get my, there we go, there's one. I'm going to get my ribbon kind of stuck up underneath here. There we go. Nope, it's not stuck. Where's my glue dot? I think it fell off. All right, let's try that again. There we go. Just gonna kind of feed that up there because we don't want that adhesive to show, but yet you need something to hold it there. So now I'm gonna feed one of these in and it'll go up here. And then I'm going to feed another one in. There we go. And now I'm going to cut my ribbon there. And I'm going to get another glue dot. And we're going to put it at the end of this and just kind of glue it right there. Now that's going to be covered up by the other half of our sentiment. So now my bulbs are just kind of floating out there willy-nilly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a Stampin' Dimensional and kind of adhere it on the red one as well as the side. So this is where a half dimensional wouldn't really work. You need the full thing. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and put one more back here behind this green one, just because I want to make sure that it's nice and set up. There we go. There we are. And there we've got our loop there. So now the only thing we have left to do is do our little holly jolly, or not the holly jolly, but have a and then Christmas on here. There we go. So I don't need all these dimensionals. I'm just going to use some little sides pieces here. Okay. Well, Mary, I'm glad you like this card. I know that you're more of the traditional, you know, love the thing, but I love these non-traditional cards. I think they're fun. All right, so there we go. That's our card front. The only thing I'm going to do, I have left to do here, is I'm going to pull out some of the adhesive back glitter sequins. And this is a perfect use for these white ones. I sometimes have a hard time with using up these little white ones just because I use, for some reason, I just don't use white. But they work cute on this little greeny apple green. All right, so there it is. There's today's card. Cute little fun fold, a stand-up Z card. I'll be honest, I don't know if I've seen one of these, you know, until today on Pinterest. I probably should give a shout out to who I saw it on, but maybe Sue Campbell. I think it was on Sue Campbell's website. So here we go. Oh, here we are. Here is our envelope because we don't want to leave that all by itself. We need them to know that they've got something special in the mail and enjoy it. Make all their neighbors jealous when they see it. All right. Here we go. We'll give a quick zip down. All right. All these dimensionals will be available on my blog. Like I said, the starter promotion is amazing. If you're interested, give me a shout out. I'd love for you to join my team. I'd love for you to get that discount. It's pretty awesome. And we've got a great group of people right now. All right, here we go. All right, there's today's card. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. I hope you have an amazing week. If you do this, give it a shout out. Oh, let's see. Which one do we like best? I think I like this one the best. I like the edging on this one, but I like the green on this one. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you back here next Sunday night for another card tutorial. Have a great week.